All right, in this last and final problem for the Exam 2 review, we will be dealing with a uniform probability distribution, which you may recall was the first continuous probability distribution that we learned in this class. So suppose that you have a PDF that is given as follows, that f of x is equal to a probability of 1/5 for any values of x between 0 and 5. So 0 is the lower cutoff here, A, and 5 is the upper cutoff, B. And the probability is 0 otherwise, in other words, for any value of x that doesn't fall between this range. And the probability distribution looks like this. So we've got 0 here, and we've got 5 here. In other words, at this probability of 1/5, so we've got f of x here, we've got values of x on the x-axis, we would essentially have a probability distribution that looks like this. And we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all values that x could have here. And we know that the total probability of this entire area is equal to 1. So suppose we're asked to calculate the mean. The mean here, the expected value of x is equal to mu, which is equal to a nice formula here that we have, which is a plus b divided by 2. In this case, a is 0, b is 5, divided by 2, and this gives us a mean of 2.5 for this uniform probability distribution. Now suppose that we're also asked to calculate the variance of x, and the variance is given by the following formula, b minus a squared divided by 12. And this is equal to 5 minus 0 squared divided by 12, or 25 divided by 12, which equals 2.0833, so on. Okay? Alrighty, so that's the mean and the variance. Now suppose that we are asked to calculate the probability that x is between 1 and 3 inclusive. And what is this probability? Well, you can probably actually see it quite clearly here if we go back to the graph. We are essentially trying to find the area between 1 and 3. So what is the probability that, there's a lot of ways that we could do this. What's the probability that x is less than or equal to 3? You can see this, right? So this is going to be 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5. So that's going to be equal to 3/5. And what is the probability that x is less than or equal to 1? You can see here, it's just this first portion here, which is 1/5. The probability that x is between 1 and 3 inclusive equals the probability that x is greater than 3, or less than or equal to 3, minus the probability that x is less than or equal to 1. And this is 3/5 minus 1/5 is 2/5, or 0.4. And this makes sense as this area here represents 2/5 of this total area in the yellow box. Okay, that is it for the uniform probability distribution, and that is it for the Exam 2 review. Good luck on the exam, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.